You know
You know,
what I
I
love the most about this podcast? If
enjoy it.
people just watch like the first 2 minutes of every episode, they would not think we discuss sports for an hour and a half, like the next hour
Well,
and a half.
and I'd like to keep it that way, but
Keep them
I
on
don't
their
even know what that
toes.
means. But
Keep them on their toes, Devin.
yeah, but it is funny
Mhm.
that people are like, "Yo, you guys are like, are you guys serious? You really think that Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time?" It's like,
Dude, okay. Why are people
well,
so
we're not that
mad at us?
serious.
People are so mad at us, and this is what I don't understand, Devin.
We don't have to go.
People, no. This is what I don't understand. People get so mad at us for what? For what? We're like we have a
No,
conversation.
no, no. I don't think people get mad at us. I think people are mad at themselves, and they just like to tell us that we're dumb. And
People,
honestly, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but people get mad at us. It's like
I don't give a
it's
shit.
because I'm not Shannon Sharp. It's like they just
Boy,
they
how
hate
I
everything I
wish.
say. They hate everything I gotta say.
Damn, dude,
Like,
I
I'm not
wish.
Ocho Cinco out here just on the nightcap, just sponsored by DraftKings. Like I'm not legit enough to give my opinion. I don't know. It's just people are
You
angry.
hear what? I don't know if this is a segment. It's probably not. Kendrick Perkins.
Oh yeah.
He should not be allowed to like be like, hey, like, because everyone's always like, yo, he's an NBA player. He can give good takes and his word matters. When KD's like, shut the fuck up. KD said this was the dumbest thing I've seen all week.
Okay. So right there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode. I don't know if I ever said that.
I
Uh
feel like you have. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea.
I don't think I've introduced anybody to the pod, so I guess
I
welcome
don't
back
know.
to a brand new episode. We are here. We are back. I don't know how much of that beginning conversation even makes the final cut of the episode. Who knows? But we are here. And it is funny that Kendrick Perkins got shut down, just completely by Kevin Durant,
Well, he could have been shut
saying
down
that.
by anybody.
See,
It
but
didn't make any sense.
that's just proof of we already knew Kendrick Perkins was kind of
We know.
stupid.
No. Park is out there saying the dumbest shit.
But
Whatever.
he is an example of I'm an NBA player. I know what I'm talking about. And then he goes, or and then he says something, and then another NBA player goes, absolutely not. No, that's just
So,
not. That's not a thing." And what we're talking about, Kendrick Perkins saying that he was the leader of the OKC
Kendrick
team.
Perkins said when I was in OKC, it wasn't KD, it wasn't Russ, it wasn't Harden, it was me leading that team. And it's like, yeah, you're the oldest dude there,
Well, it's like,
but
see,
you weren't a leader. You weren't leading the team for shit.
that's like what's his name in Miami being like,
That's like Haslam saying he was
yeah,
the.
yeah. It's like Udonis being like,
It's like, no, you're on.
it wasn't
But
Chris, it wasn't Braun, it wasn't D Wade.
yeah,
It was me. It's like no, it's like maybe you were the guy to go to for like the best like food spot because you've just been here forever.
yeah.
But
I
like
mean,
or
advice
like
on
yeah, just
massage parlors or
advice.
whatever.
Nope. But just like
I thought that.
we got to just throw massage parlors completely out of the sports world.
No, I
Like
don't think they're
no,
going
we
to.
do. I no like just how
Oh
there's
wait,
a,
wait.
like
You mean like for these NFL players?
no, I mean like okay, so there's if you can give NFL players or an NFL facility, a kitchen or a chef or a trainer room or bathrooms, you might as well just have enough access to a massage slash therapy room in every facility
Yeah,
so
but
that
you
they're
don't
not
think
out.
any of those dudes are putting one on
Okay,
the table, you know?
I mean, when it comes to they would be not going to some
I know,
random
but would you rather
spa.
have them do it
Okay,
off
so what
campus?
I'm saying is there'd probably be a lot more clear cut evidence if all the people that Deshaun Watson did that to were Houston Texan employees.
Employees.
Okay, like
We
so it'd
should
be
film
like
them getting massages.
so yeah, or maybe
Not for my use, but for
put a camera in every massage room. That could
yeah.
be. No, that's a little invasive. Even if
No,
it's
body cam.
no, it is pretty invasive even if it's not like
Not inside camera, not like invasive to them, you know. Like it's not an
no.
invasive camera. I mean like a colonoscopy or whatever.
No, I meant invasive in terms of like you're naked. and just got like a towel over your shit and just you're getting like
Now,
massage.
should you be fully naked in front of a masseuse?
I don't know.
I don't. I don't. I've never had a massage.
I don't want one.
Neither do I.
I don't
I
want a
don't.
massage, bro. So honestly, it's like, are these weirdos
Maybe.
actually doing these things? I don't know.
No.
Maybe.
It's weird that dudes go to a place and
But all these players get massages. All of them do.
well, yes, but
They all
not
do.
all of them do weird shit to the. I'm not gonna go specific, but weird shit to these massage people.
And not Kendrick
Now,
Perkins, but anybody else was a leader of that OKC team because that's
Perk
what
was
we're
definitely
talking
getting
about.
massages left, right, and center,
Um,
but
but no, Kendrick Perkins definitely wasn't the leader of that team. If he wants to sit there and say that he gave the most, okay, because it's like, yeah, you had a young KD, you had a young Russ, you had a young James
yeah,
Harden.
they're
So sure,
young.
like, could you in your heart feel like you gave them advice that helped them
Yeah,
in their career or
yeah.
whatnot? It's like, sure, you could have.
But you weren't on your way to a few scoring titles, brother.
Yeah, it's like you didn't, like, you weren't the like, I don't know, you didn't push KD to win MVP. It's like you didn't, like, it's like, I don't know. Kendrick
You were
Perkins.
cool, like when I played 2K, and like it would be like Dabo Cephalosha and you. It's like, nah, you're cool. You're on the team,
Yeah, no, you
part
were
of it. But
there.
no, I'm passing the rock to Russ and Katie.
No, well, yeah, well, if we're talking 2K, well, you're not.
If
I
we're
guess.
nah, dead ass dude, I was on
Okay,
12 or
it's like
13.
if it
I was
was.
on 12.
See, but if it's the 20, if it's the 2013 OKC team, then yeah, I guess you'd have to run Perkins. So yeah, sure, whatever. Either way, Perkins wasn't the damn leader of that team.
No, I was running Harden 6 man.
Well,
It was
yeah,
nice.
well, yeah, no, but no, you don't run hard in 6 man. Everybody knows you go in and sub him out. You go to 6 man, sub him
Of
into the
course.
starting lineup.
But no, he would be on the bench. Um,
Let's talk about some shit. Let's talk about some real things. Let's talk about some things that are important. Let's talk about some things that matter. Let's talk about some things that, um, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to say change a lot of things, but I feel like are like important and maybe in small doses.
mm.
So I think one of the biggest things would be Jimmy Butler traded to Golden State.
Jimmy Butler is a Golden
It's
State Warrior.
it's officially over. All the
Yeah,
drama, all the back and forth between him and Miami,
yeah.
it's over.
It was fun to
It,
see the Heat bench get told about the trade. That was cool.
yeah, that was
Just nice,
interesting.
wholesome stuff.
Well, it's also like we're at this point where it's like, yeah, no, you're just gonna find out from a fan on Twitter, like they're gonna find out
Same
before
time, it's
you,
like
and
it's a 3 o'clock deadline,
mm.
and you probably really shouldn't tell your guys beforehand because anything could happen.
Well,
And like
in
Shams
terms of
gets that shit
Miami,
so quick. It's like,
well, in terms of the Miami Heat, they are not surprised when he got traded. It's like they're not like, what,
well, no, he was
Jimmy?
getting traded
Jimmy
regardless,
got
but
traded?
they were like, no, they were like, who'd we get? That's what they that's what they asked. They're
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I
who'd
guess
we get?
that'd be the only thing.
It
Who's
was
our
Dennis
next leader?
Schroeder and a few other guys, and then Dennis Schroeder got bounced. He got bounced what 4 teams?
Dennis Schroeder, he's he's a journeyman.
Well, no, he got traded to 3 teams
It- well,
in the same day.
yeah, he's that's what I'm saying. He bounces around.
Yes. Now
Uh,
he could have had a contract, but he blew it. So
yeah. What was the story of that? What was the story of
it's
the
like $100 million
Schroeder?
contract with the Lakers, and decided to
He opted out or
yeah,
whatever. He had an option. I don't know. I
whatever
do
it was,
remember. I do
something stupid.
remember him fumbling a bag. But Jimmy, and he got extended by the Warriors for 2 more years. So we do know that obviously this is something that they're probably going to try to build on for the upcoming 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest. I don't completely remember how we felt about him going to Golden State when we were talking about landing spots. I think because I at least thought like if he was gonna go somewhere, it was gonna be Phoenix, and surprisingly, Phoenix pretty much did nothing.
Well, what happened was they had a trade. Well, Jimmy said that he didn't want to go to the Warriors
He didn't want
because,
to go.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, because he didn't want to get he didn't want to sign an extension there. So they devised a trade for Jimmy to go to Phoenix and KD to go to Golden State. KD said no
Well, Katie, I was gonna
to
say we're gonna
going
talk
to.
about that as
Well,
well.
yeah, he said no to going to Golden State. So Phoenix was like, "We're out," because
Well, okay, Jimmy wanted to play with Kevin Durant on the Phoenix Suns.
yeah, but neither team was going to let that happen.
Yeah, there was no trade that obviously was
Well,
was,
I
was
mean,
going to work to make that happen.
Jim, yeah, well, but KD was the one who said no to him getting traded, which would have put KD on the Warriors and Jimmy on the Suns without KD. So I think honestly, Jimmy just wanted to go to Phoenix. Obviously, he would have wanted to keep Book or KD, and probably KD as well. But
I don't know. I don't think he wants to go to Phoenix if he's not getting to play with Kevin Durant. I mean, that was the whole.
well,
Was kind of
he's
the.
not anymore. But
Well, he's definitely not. But okay, before we get into Kevin Durant not wanting to go to Golden State and whatever, in terms of this year, Golden State sitting at 25-26.
yeah,
And their starting five, what? It being Steph, Buddy Hield, Jimmy, Draymond, and then rookie Quentin Post, I guess, sharing the five with Looney.
I don't even know who
So
that is.
so I'm not expecting much from them this year. I mean, their best
for me, I expected a playoff spot.
a
Maybe
playoff spot,
a
maybe a
play-in spot.
play-in
A
spot,
play-in
which
spot.
let's be real means absolutely nothing. I don't think a
Agreed.
play-in. I mean, being the 10th seed and I don't know, stealing an 8th seed. I guess yes. Could the Warriors go and win 2 games from the 10th seed and make the playoffs? I guess. In the regular NBA, a couple years before this was installed, or no, COVID.
Yeah.
There's no way Golden State's probably.
But
There's
even if
probably
you
no
are
way
a
Golden
playing
State's
team, you're
making the
getting
playoffs.
bounced in the first round. So
Golden State will absolutely get bounced in the first round if they do
if
make
they
the
make it,
playoffs. I don't know if they make the playoffs. If I had to go over here and look, I mean, like I said, right now
there's time.
they're right out at 11. So we're looking at Sacramento being ahead of them. We're looking at Phoenix
Well,
being ahead of them,
Sacramento's running with Zach LaVine
and DeMar and
Sabonis.
Sabonis. Like that's a bad thing. Like that's
It's not a bad thing, but I
like that's
think it's a downgrade from De'Aaron.
okay. Okay. I mean, Phoenix, Dallas, Clippers, Minnesota, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Thunder. I mean, they definitely something to worry about there. And you talk about De'Aaron, who's 3 games behind Warriors? Spurs. So I mean, who knows what? Like I'm just saying, like,
Wait, the Grizzlies are the 2 seed.
mm-hmm.
Is Ja playing well?
Yeah,
Have
he's
I
at
not?
35-16.
Why doesn't no one talk about Ja? I haven't talked about Ja in a
People,
long time.
why you said why do people not talk about Ja?
Yeah,
I would say people talk about Ja. I see
really.
Ja. Ja is I mean right now he's been on this wave. I don't know if you saw. I remember he was like, I'm not dunking, and he just
Yeah, no, that was
like
a
every
while
other
ago.
night he's still just posterizing people. I mean it's like no, it's
Okay,
like
good.
Ja's been hooping. Ja's been hooping. Young
Okay,
guys have been hooping. I mean it's OKC and
yeah,
Memphis up.
I wish I paid attention
I
to
mean obviously
games that don't matter.
you got Ant carrying Minnesota.
Of course.
But Golden State, and I'm gonna be completely honest. You tell me if I'm just hating, because we do not give this person any type of slack or love, because he doesn't deserve it. I really feel like if the Warriors just moved on from Draymond, they could build on this duo.
Yeah.
Like this is going to hold them back. They are running because when you read because bro, Devin, hear me out. Because
I agree with you.
I say this every time. What I'm about to say, I say this every time. You're like, no, he's not a this, and I'm like, no, he is a this.
Yes.
They consider him part of a big 3. They always consider to this day. They consider last year.
No,
it was still.
I did hear that. Like I heard that today.
Today, today.
It was like it's now. Well, it was like, how's Jimmy gonna play with Steph and Draymond? It's like, get Draymond out of the picture.
No. It's the Warriors.
Irrelevant.
The Warriors have the trio of Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond Green. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Until they because we know what it is, bro. It's like Draymond Green's way too big headed at this point to not what oh you're not going to include me in that. You're not going
Yeah.
to well nobody's taking my spot. I'm Draymond Green.
You think Draymond
Not
has like
I'm not playing the four and just wasting space on the floor. Like I'm not gonna not do that. I'm
sure.
going to do that.
Yes.
I'm going to be an undersized four who can't compete against any big in today's NBA.
Yes.
And guess what? Guess what? I cannot score at all. Like if you ask me
I
to
can't
score,
score.
if
And people
I
used
can't.
to say I have an impact. I have much less of an impact now. Barely, well, not barely, but really didn't have that big of an impact back then. Other than fucking 6 rebounds and maybe 5 assists.
I mean, he had enough impact for Andre Iguodala to win Finals MVP before bro could sniff that. Here's the thing.
But
Draymond Green, until they move on from him, and here's the thing: the longer they wait, the less they're gonna get from him.
well, I don't think they need to get anything from him.
Well, I'm saying they in these past
But
couple
I
years.
I think that if they can turn him into a Haslam type of role, I think that would be better for them. Also, do you think that he's blackmailing them? Do,
Absolutely,
do you think he has
absolutely.
videos of Steph
No,
Curry and him
no,
getting a massage?
no. But I do think he's you got he's got Golden State by the balls. I don't know how,
Yeah, I
but
don't
he's
know
got
how.
Golden State by the balls, and I don't know
Do
if
we
Golden
start
State just
conspiracy theories about it?
I don't know if Golden State just appreciates everything he's done. And they're
Like he
just like,
saw
man,
Steve Kerr shoot a hooker or something. Like,
I don't know. No, probably not that. But I just I like when I saw KD didn't want to return to the Warriors,
yeah.
I was like immediately like, oh, why would I want to be
Clearly, it's
fucking
Draymond.
Draymond Green's
It's the
second?
reason he left.
Like, okay, do you think it's because he doesn't want to play with Steph Curry? Do you think it's because he doesn't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Steve Kerr's system? Do you think it's because he doesn't enjoy winning
Well,
Finals MVPs and winning championships?
but no, I no. Well, I also think that it's been there, done that type of thing where it's like, no, like, dude, if he could have gotten through the Draymond shit if he wanted to win 6 more chips.
Okay, but if right now, you just
But no,
said,
he want the reason he left is because he wanted to do it on his own. It wasn't just like, oh, Draymond fucking sucks. That's part of it. But bro tried to start another super team. He's been trying to start super teams to prove that he can do that on his own without Steph, and it hasn't worked.
okay,
And he
but
wants to
now,
continue to do that.
okay, all right. But this is in 2016. The Warriors need Kevin Durant.
Agreed.
They need Kevin Durant.
I know, but that thing will
Need
always be on his back
Kevin,
if he
but it's
wins another
not
chip
though.
with
Here's the
Steph.
thing though, because if he goes back, I don't know. I gotta disagree because he went to the Golden State Warriors when obviously they didn't need him, but he put them over the top of the top and was the Warriors. He was
Yes.
winning the final MVPs. He was 4-1 in the Cavs. And then he leaves, and then Golden State were able to get it done. Curry gets his finals MVP. Now they're sitting here struggling. You got KD, and it's like, okay, we saw what happened in Brooklyn. It was that his fault? Was James Harden and Kyrie acting a fool his fault? Was his toe on the line? Uh, was his toe on the line his fault? Like I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
all right, he didn't get to the finals. He didn't win a finals. Cool. He's over here in Phoenix, and they literally didn't do anything by the trade deadline, especially not moving Bradley. It's like that was probably the biggest thing they needed to do.
Yeah, what's funny to me is like it's like I don't know, at least in this case and for other cases it's like now get rid of this amount of stars. Get rid of this star from this team that has 2 stars on it already.
Mm. Well, and it's like,
We
well,
have
last
to
year,
rid ourselves from this bullshit super team mindset because it doesn't work.
but it's like, okay, KD wants to go win a championship in Phoenix, but he's feeling like he's delegated to the corner. Go somewhere where you don't feel delegated to the corner, and where maybe
Or
you're the main course at Golden State.
true.
Golden State needs him now. So this, okay. Golden State has won without him. They've been the best without him. They've won while being the underdogs without him, and they've won with him. Now they can't win, and they need somebody like him, and they want him.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's like, oh man, KD can't believe he went back to the Warriors. It's like, no, I mean, they need him. They want him.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler. I mean, I don't know. It's just nobody's doing this. And I understand it was a trade, but it's like, I don't know. Same thing. It would be a trade. Nobody's doing this with like Luca, where it's like, oh, LeBron needs Luca. It's like, no, I mean, it just happened. And if KD got traded to the Warriors, he doesn't necessarily have a say. Phoenix could have shipped his ass to Golden State.
The Lakers trade was an anomaly.
Golden State didn't want an upset Kevin Durant. That's what it was. They said they weren't going to trade for him if he didn't want to come to Golden State.
Of course.
Which I think says
like
more about the Warriors.
Basically, all the other trades that happened, or most of them, were player oriented.
But okay,
they were based around the players' feelings, except for that Luka bullshit that happened.
But going back to the Warriors, it's like, okay, they missed out on getting Kevin Durant back, so cool. They got Steph
But it
Curry.
also makes you think, it's like, why'd you get rid of Clay? And what'd you get from that? I don't think they got a damn thing. All they had to do was get rid of fucking Draymond and bring somebody else in.
Well, that's okay. Okay, well then
And instead they bounced fucking Clay out of there from pennies.
You go Steph Curry, who obviously Steph Curry is Steph Curry. You got Jimmy Butler, because this is kind of textbut. You got Jimmy Butler. Yep. What's that last missing piece? Maybe
a shooter,
a dominant. I was gonna say dominant big. I was going backcourt, Jimmy front court. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like if you just went like just a base level of maybe a contending team. It's like someone like Steph, someone like Jimmy, on the wing, being able to play both sides, and then maybe a dominant big, either offensively or defensively. When you look in 2025, bro, at these 4s and 5s, how athletic and how talented they are on both sides of the ball, from the dude from an inch away from the rim to damn near the logo. Some of these boys
how
that are
far
playing
from the
4
rim?
and 5, an inch. I'm talking
this far
from there to logos.
Yeah.
It's
now. How many dudes are shooting from logos?
I don't know. Someone like Wemby's going to definitely pull up. Pull up. But that's what I'm saying. It's like
Kristaps maybe.
And yes, Wemby is an anomaly, but he's not the only big that
they let shoot.
Like
sure.
when people bring up Wemby, they're like, "Oh, Kevin Durant 7 foot and can do." It's like, no, you're right. It's like, but here's no, stop it, because now it's even moving down to the 5. It's like Kevin Durant was 7 foot and can shoot, but he was a 3 and a 4. But it's like, no, now we have centers where it's like Draymond Green is a boy in a man's world. He is a little boy in a man's world. He is a child in a man's world. He has absolutely no offensive bag when it comes to him, compared to any of these young and upcoming bigs. He will not be able to keep up with. And it's just not. Do y'all not get what I'm saying? I don't dislike the man as a person, but when it comes, he's kind of a douchebag. But when it comes to
no, but that doesn't factor.
That doesn't factor into this. Like, did he send Jordan Poole and Kevin Durant away from their teams? Absolutely. But when I'm talking about just looking at the game, looking at ball, looking at basketball, watching the game of basketball, analyzing the game of basketball, it's not that hard to see that someone like Draymond Green, who has been playing with a refrigerator on his back since 2019, is not going to be able to keep up with any of these bigs. Like, if they are going to make a run in these next 2 years with this extension with Jimmy, or 3 years, because one on top of the 2 with the extension, these next 3 years, if you are going to be running with Draymond as your third option offensively and asking him to defend all of these dominant bigs.
Yeah. Even if you have Draymond defending a 3 or a 2 or anybody on the court, it's like he's not. I don't know. And then offensively, he's got nothing.
Because like I'm trying to that's all I have to say. But like I'm just trying to think of like what can somebody say in the comment section to where it can be like, you guys are so stupid, Draymond Green. It's like there's nothing else. What else can you like? It's like a it's
No,
he's
I'm gonna be honest. Comment sections will defend like anybody, whether that be
right.
Draymond Green or the H word. People love defending
I don't know.
in the comment
People,
sections.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. But if the Warriors want to make some type of run with this Jimmy and Steph Curry duo, move on from Draymond,
Yeah,
get an actual big who can score and defend at the 4 or maybe at the 5. I don't know. Or that's the thing. Get a dominant 5 and let Draymond just, I guess.
honestly, get a defensive 5. He doesn't even. He's just a big dude. He doesn't even have to
Look at like
be.
I don't know, like a Jared Allen. Someone who's going to crash the board
Jared Allen might be a
and
little too
and and
expensive.
and oh no, I'm saying archetype. You know,
Sure,
not literally him, but just like
sure.
you don't need, you know.
Maybe a Valanciunas.
Well, where he gets sent to, I forgot
He
where
got
he.
traded. So again, we're not talking about this year. We're talking about next
No,
year.
yeah, no, absolutely, but I just couldn't remember where he got traded to. Either way,
So all the bigs on
um,
the market next year. Maybe AD.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I
But
think he's
either
locked
way,
down
I'm
and
saying, well, and I think he's gonna enjoy his time in Dallas. I'm still looking forward to what they're gonna do. Because the
yeah.
more I
What's
think
funny to
about
me
it,
is like AD's like very excited as he should be. Like he gets to kind of have his own team and play the 4
oh yeah, do what he's been wanting to do in
and leave
LA
the
this whole
shadow of
time.
LeBron James. And Luka has just entered the shadow of LeBron James and the Lakers and all of that, and it's probably pretty heavy.
Oh yeah, because the more I think
Definitely
about it,
sucks.
the
The
more
more
I
I think
think
about it,
about
the
it,
more it sucks. And this shit, whatever he was doing, that sucks for him. Like that
Luca,
stinks. He was doing the LA symbol, and
that's
he did not want to be. He doesn't want to be there.
I, I don't think so. Well, no, I don't think he cares. I mean, it's like Luca just hoops, so it's like I'm
Nah,
here,
he's just
whatever.
yeah, no, like, but yeah, there's just so much weird shit about it that it sucks. But no, AD's more than happy to start with his new team,
Absolutely, I think he's
and
very
yeah,
happy to be in
he has
Dallas.
all the reason to be.
And then the only other like real contender move, someone that I'm a fan of, DeAndre Hunter, sent to Cleveland.
Yeah, I like that.
I like this move because you got a wing who is averaging damn near 20 points, shooting 40% from the 3. You
He's
look at this
averaging almost 20 right now.
19, whatever,
The Virginia product,
close to 20, shooting 40% from the 3.
big fan.
Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. That's a starting 5 who is
Second round exit.
already. I don't know because here's the thing:
I don't. I don't. I would like them not to be.
but they were already that before this move. I think this move changes it moves the needle a little bit. And I heard Jeff Teague talking about it this morning. He was like, no, like right before the trade deadline, Cavs when they were playing Boston, they played Boston recently, and it was like we need a wing. Like if we're gonna
Yeah.
compete, if we're gonna continue to compete with a team like Boston, who's obviously gonna try to run it back, we need to go out and get somebody like DeAndre Hunter. I'm
Was
happy
Teague
they did
saying?
it.
Teague was saying we.
Well, no, he was saying he was in terms of like
Sure.
he was just saying like that he was speaking
Yes.
for Cleveland or
Cleveland.
whatever the
Yes.
fuck.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
do like that move, so that's probably the only other like big move that's like, oh man, that happened. Like I mean, I'm kind of pissed that Brandon Ingram got sent to Toronto, but whatever.
Yeah. That
I don't
stinks.
really know. They sent shipped Dalton out of LA real quick. So
Yeah.
it is what it is for
I don't
that.
think they had to give up Dalton. I don't know why they did. I would have liked to see him develop just as a shooter, but I mean, he'll be able
I
to do
think.
that
Well,
down
I
the
mean,
road.
Bronny hit 1 3, and they were like, "We're good."
There's there cannot be anyone on that team who expects Bronny to be a legit Laker this year. And like if this goes to the plan that the Lakers want, LeBron's not going to be a Laker next year.
Mm-mm.
So Bronny's
No,
not going to be a Laker
absolutely
next year.
not. I don't think LeBron's going to be a Laker next year. All right,
Yeah, I think
Devin.
Bron's pissed, dude.
let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. We gave them the appetizer. You know, if we're at Olive Garden, that was the breadsticks. If we're at Chili's, that was the chips and dip. Um, um,
Does
um,
Chili's do chips and dip?
they do
They
chips
do
and dip.
chips and salsa?
They chips and salsa, yeah, they do the chips and salsa.
I
It's
haven't been at Chili's in a long time.
beautiful, nice and warm and thin. Um,
Really?
yeah, they're beautiful. Go to Chili's. Shout out to Chili's. Chili's.
Yo, not for real, because they've been running a bunch of these ads where they're like, yo, we're cheaper than McDonald's.
It took me like 22 years. Well, okay, damn near the same price for a 10-piece nugget meal. You could go and get like a big burger, bacon burger with fries,
And
with a
drink,
salad and a drink,
appetizers. Yeah.
refillable drink. Like no,
No,
it
it's
took me like
$11 for a full
20
meal.
plus years to finally try Chili's for the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, give it to
Really?
me all day. Cause yeah, no food, movies, TV, whatever. I don't.
I'm gonna find my nearest Chili's and gain 48 pounds.
Go do it. But
Big
no,
fan.
we need to get into the meat and potatoes. I guess what I wanted to talk about was the NFL honors because I would say that the NFL honors, man, where do I start with the NFL honors? So the MVP
Can we
award.
start with a lighter subject?
No.
No, a part of the NFL honors.
What?
Bill's girlfriend.
What about her?
How she was wearing one of his Super Bowl rings.
Okay.
I saw it. I got upset. He had 5 on. I think he had 5 and she had 1, and I was mad.
Whatever.
And Snoop was like, "Oh, she wasn't born yet." And she was like, "Oh." She looks like a dead fish out of water.
That is funny. That is
but yeah,
funny.
no, she had one of his rings, and
But the NFL honors, Devin. The NFL honors. It was very interesting. I wouldn't say it shocked me because we've been talking about this MVP race all year.
yeah,
We've been talking about it since the season started, and it's kind of been Lamar and Josh all year.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth. We've been debating on who's just who deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the AP voting, and Lamar gets AP1 and for QB, and it's like, all right, well, might as well just lock it in. Lamar's getting his 3rd MVP, back-to-back MVP, and
Lamar got All Pro, first team. Josh gets Pro Bowl starter.
Pro Bowls. Come on.
No, I understand.
I'm pretty sure part of Pro Bowls
painting
are,
a butter picture.
I'm pretty sure partially of Pro Bowls are fan voted.
Fan votes.
Whatever.
Fine. But you know, I'm pretty sure Lamar had like a lot more votes in the AP first team All Pro.
Absolutely.
Like it was like a bigger.
Yeah,
difference.
no, like he was 100% listed as the voted
and it's the
best
same
quarterback.
What, 50 people who vote?
Yeah, it's the same people that vote for All Pros, same people that vote for MVP.
The same exact people,
So much
and they
so,
changed their vote.
The MVP, for the first, or it was for the only the 3rd time in NFL history, the MVP wasn't All Pro first team.
Yep.
Devin.
Ever.
This is the 3rd time since what, 1950, 67, 57, whenever I believe
I don't know when the MVP started.
MVP came out a little bit before All Pro. All Pro, I want to say, started in like 65. I don't know. I should have remembered this because I didn't do the research that long ago. But only 3 times, including Josh Allen, they won MVP, and they
What were those cases?
All Pro. Oh, do you want to hear them?
Was it 1967 Al Spudbecker?
So in 1987,
cool.
John Elway won MVP, throwing 19 touchdowns and 12 interceptions to Joe Montana's 31 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, who was the first team All Pro quarterback that year. And John Elway also went over Jerry Rice's 22 touchdown, 16-yard average
Really?
season as well. He was just better than both of those guys. I guess because they were on the same team together. You know,
Were the Broncos in the Super Bowl that year?
87. I don't fucking know.
It was 88.
That's a silly question to ask me.
It was whatever one Doug Williams won. He beat the
You'd
Broncos.
have to go. Yeah,
Spanked
you'd
the
have to.
Broncos.
You'd have to. I don't know. I'd have to go off my fingers and count.
Sure.
I'm not doing all that. But 1987, John Elway, and then 03. You know, maybe one of the saddest ones because you know, co MVP. I am glad that I'd rather Lamar not win it than get some damn co MVP.
Then get a co. It was
I'll tell
Peyton
you
and
that.
Vince, right?
Peyton and Steve McNair.
Oh, McNair. Sorry, I said Vince.
McNair, 3,215 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Peyton Manning, 4,267 yards, 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I guess because Peyton Manning, I don't know, had a bunch. He had like 566 attempts and all this shit. I guess they had to throw Steve in there as well, even though
Now was Peyton All Pro?
Peyton was All Pro.
Now
Steve McNair was not.
Here's what this is my talking point. This is what I would like to propose.
Okay, what would you like to propose?
I would like to propose that number one, we take away Dan Orlovsky's vote. Who the fuck gave Dan Orlovsky a vote?
Thank you.
I don't know how the fuck
Thank you.
a dude who.
What made you say that? What's making you say this?
Well, the fact that when I found out that it was 50 people who voted on this, and then I saw someone asked him, was like, who'd you vote for? And he was like, oh, I can't say till tomorrow. And I was like, oh, he for real gets a vote. I didn't realize that was a thing. So yeah, that's what made me say that. And the fact that he did vote for Josh, and the fact that was a terrible quarterback.
Well, apparently,
and analyst.
Somebody showed me I saw this all these examples all year. Dan Orlovsky has been saying he's voting for Josh.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people were on that train.
But they had their mindset.
No, people had their mindset after week 6, and then because Lamar continued to play well, people were like, "Oh, well, Lamar is better, but we kind of have to give it to Josh." But and then we'll give Lamar the AP All Pro just for fun.
Though? For what? For what? We're gonna give you the All Pro. We're gonna for the first time in 11 years have a quarterback who's not All Pro win the MVP. We're gonna have.
Well, honestly, the Peyton case doesn't count.
Peyton case absolutely counts.
No, in terms of the All Pro won the MVP,
but
he just shared it.
Well, but also an All Pro didn't win MVP, or an All Pro, a non All Pro won MVP.
But kind of.
Dude, they gave them a co-MVP.
No, what I'm saying is that this doesn't happen. Yes, if it was a co-MVP, then obviously 2 guys can't be first team All Pro.
Dude, I just don't understand how you can be better than somebody in every single category. You can just on paper and on film
and record
be better than somebody.
Team record. Well,
no. Buffalo had a better team record.
No. I mean,
head up. Well, 1-1 if we're gonna count playoffs, but either way, we don't count playoffs. Well, I'm saying if people are gonna say it doesn't matter, they bring up the playoffs. But if we're just gonna talk MVP, the biggest factor was who was on Josh Allen's team. Sure. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Am I fully against that narrative? What have you who are you doing it with? Absolutely. Have I ever heard somebody use that ever when it comes to the MVP in any sport?
No.
Ever? Year in and year out, there is, well, this person did this. I mean, this is basically what the argument for Burrow was to win MVP.
Yes.
Well, he's, I mean, look at the Bengals. They suck. And look at what Burrow's doing. And it's no, nobody ever factors in how good the team is when it comes to the MVP.
I'm trying to think of the last MVP.
I'm saying people will pretend like that's a thing, But then every year there's an example of, okay, well, this person did way more with less. So why are we, why, in terms of like, I don't know, every year Tom Brady didn't win MVP and could have.
Yeah.
It's like, well, or maybe a reason why Tom Brady, look at some of the receivers he was working with certain years, or some of the reason Mahomes is continuing to get praise is, you can take away a Tyreek and give him anybody, give him washed up receivers, give him bums that were considered busts, and he's still gonna make it to the Super Bowl. How do we know Khalil Shakir isn't just nice? So James Cook isn't like really good?
Well, they left him off the Pro Bowl or AP. I think for that reason, like
The
they wanted
Bills
to.
don't.
No, it was the Pro Bowl.
So the
They were
Bills
like,
have a. The Bills have a bad defense.
apparently.
Like I'm saying, like did we not spend all year calculating just like how, like, okay, people talk about signature wins and they're like, okay, well, he beat Detroit, he beat Kansas City. Okay, he also beat what, 11 teams that sucked.
Yeah.
Like that were bad, and then
And plays in a very easy division.
And lost to Baltimore, and lost to the Rams, and got to play the Jets twice a year, and got to play Miami twice a year, and got to play New England twice a year.
New England twice a year.
Why are we ignoring that? Why are we ignoring that?
Because
It's like, yeah, no, of course, like,
it's
like
because
Josh Allen's probably going to be able to run for as many touchdowns as he wants against the fucking Jets or
it's
the
so
Dolphins.
that they could say that Josh Allen is an MVP. Because once he gets that award, the majority of people are going to forget that this race was so tight. At least 10, 15, 20 years down the road. So they can say that Josh has as an MVP. They've already released Gatorade bottles with him.
Oh no, this is an MVP. This is an MVP award.
No, this is no for real, and it is. I think a lot of people believe that, and you can go back in the record books and see that he was not first team All Pro because he was not the best quarterback in the league this year.
He was not the most. He was not.
So I'm going to be honest here, and I think that this was my point that I forgot to talk about as I talked about Dan Orlovsky, is that we should use the first team All Pro as a gauge to see who is the best quarterback in the league. MVP can go to whomever.
See, and it's like,
because it's a different award apparently.
Well, because now we're redefining what most valuable means. Because I remember for years
it was who's the best quarterback in the league, or who's the best player in the league.
It turned into that, but the argument always was, but I thought it was the most valuable.
Yeah.
And now they're using the 1 year.
Yes.
The 1 year. Listen. The 1 year
that Lamar Jackson, the Bills won 2 more games with.
And Lamar Jackson has a Pro Bowl receiver and Derrick Henry next to him, but has a better year than both of his MVP seasons.
Yes.
And a better year than the MVP this season.
Yes.
He doesn't win MVP. Bro, yeah. I'm not going to hold you. I'm very, 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 very biased. So people can take every single thing I say in this entire clip with the biggest grain of salt possible. The NFL does not like the Baltimore Ravens. No pause on that. Rewind, play, skip forward, skip backward again, hit play again. The NFL does not like Baltimore. The NFL has never liked Baltimore. The NFL let the Baltimore Colts sneak away in the middle of the night, and landed in Indianapolis, and then bitched up a storm when Art Modell moved Cleveland over to Baltimore. They didn't give us a ceremony after we won our Super Bowls. They didn't. They tried shutting the lights off in our goddamn Super Bowl. Have we seen one since? Have we seen one? Have we seen a power outage before or after? All that snow in Buffalo. And we've never seen the lights turn off in that stadium. But hey, fuck it. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, when they came back from Katrina, they were good for years. The power wasn't going out, but then the Ravens are up in the Super Bowl.
This could be residual from
and then boom. And now you have a chance to have somebody make history. And this is we're talking about legacy. We're talking about third MVP. We're talking about back-to-back MVP. We're talking about putting Lamar in the upper echelon of Brady's and Manning's and Mahomes's, or whatever you want to say. And they took that
Well,
away. They took that away to give Josh a pity MVP.
so yeah, what I think is happening is that this gives Josh. Obviously, they don't want Lamar to be a superstar. Um, no way, shape, or form do they want
The
him.
NFL? No.
Fuck no.
Dude, the NFL
Um,
doesn't want the NFL don't like I don't
no,
care. The
but
NFL don't like Baltimore.
no, and they don't want Lamar to be a superstar because he fucking speaks different or whatever the fuck.
Bro,
So they
cause
want
he's not
wholesome good Josh. They want nice Josh Allen. Who'll be good, do good. Boopy boopy. Fuck it.
Hey guys,
My
it's me,
girlfriend.
Josh Allen.
I love you. Fuck off. So
Oh,
they want him,
because
but they want him to have an MVP so that they can talk about him in the Patrick Mahomes. So the Bills will win a Super Bowl over the next couple of years.
oh, but we're gonna treat it
Burrow's
the
gonna
same
start.
way.
Burrow's gonna start winning Super Bowls, or Burrow's gonna start winning MVPs and all this shit, and they're gonna slowly push Lamar out as he can't run anymore and he has to be a pocket passer,
Fuck that. Fuck
and
that.
Lamar will kind of fade out, and it's a sad thing. So,
Um,
no, I think Lamar will be here for a long time,
I'm gonna
but
need you to
they're gonna
watch.
try to push him out.
I'm about to say, I'm gonna need you to watch your mouth. Bro ain't
No, I'm
fading
not
out. No,
saying
bro ain't
this is
fading out
all
nowhere.
hypothetical, but
Bro
yeah,
ain't
be good, do good. Oop, 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 oop.
bro ain't fading out nowhere. I will say we're gonna treat Josh the exact same because it was this is what happened when Lamar got his MVP last year. Okay, that's cool, but you can't beat Mahomes.
For real.
You can't beat Mahomes though, so it's like that
Yeah.
MVP school. So if we're gonna do that to
So
Lamar Jackson,
shit on this MVP for Josh.
and I'm not gonna lie, I know I'm biased, but I haven't seen a single person happy about this.
I haven't seen anyone outside of Bills Mafia
Mm-hmm.
be like, "Yo, Josh was the best quarterback in the and he deserves this
Mm-hmm.
full."
Like it got to a
Never heard that.
point. Like no, every time it
No,
came
like
up,
Tom Brady voted for Lamar Jackson.
dude, somebody gave Lamar a fourth place vote.
So who you put Burrow, Josh, and Saquon above him?
Devin, somebody gave like okay, that did it for me. Once I saw that somebody gave Lamar a fourth place vote, Lamar Jackson fourth place for MVP.
Do you think that you could do me a favor
What's that?
and pull up the 50 guys?
Ugh.
Please tell me it's all dudes.
No, I know it's not. I know it's not. I don't think it is. I don't think it matters. I don't because there's a bunch of fucking idiots that are guys that are voting for Dan
That is
Orlovsky.
true.
But I'm saying like
That
I
was
I,
sexist. I
I
apologize.
would love to know. No, it's hilarious. But I would love to know who gave Lamar Jackson fourth fucking place because that is
Yeah, I'm
criminal.
gonna pull all that up afterward. I'm gonna
That was
cry.
criminal. I think that there were arguments that I've never heard before used for
But
Josh Allen. Lamar was robbed. Voters fatigue. Lamar's too good to win MVP now.
of
That's
course,
what it is.
and
So
at the same
whatever.
time, it's like, yes, it would be awesome if Lamar had that 3x next to his name or whatever. But
It'd be great.
at the end of the day, like, I think you guys would rather see a Super Bowl. He would rather see a Super Bowl. But it's more of like getting. It's not like, oh, I need this MVP for Josh. It's like, no, I need an MVP. Like, I need it. Like, I'm I'm struggling to understand what I'm supposed to be doing. So I need an MVP. Lamar's like, no, I deserve an MVP. But if you want to give a pity one out, then do that. But
It's like oh no, it's like you have Derrick Henry, and we know you've done the same thing without Derrick Henry, and you're doing just even more with Derrick Henry. And Zay Flowers, it's cool. He broke 1,000 yards and is a Pro Bowl receiver. Um, but he also won an MVP throwing the football to like what Hollywood Brown.
yep,
Mahomes didn't do that. Mahomes didn't
nope.
win. Mahomes didn't put up MVP numbers with Hollywood. I'm just saying it's like, or honestly, I don't think would because Hollywood dealing with injuries and shit. But either way, it's like,
But also, everyone looks at Lamar and they go, Lamar needs to stop freaking doing. He needs to stop running so much, and he needs to just start passing the ball more and whatever. And it's like, yeah, he's showing that he can be the best pocket passer in the league right now,
mm-hmm.
with the ability to run, with the ability to make it work with star players. And and put up better numbers than the guy that they've been trying to put up in the MVP slot all year. So again, I
And
mean, I expected it.
and,
Um,
and
but
if it's not a stretch to say like games are rigged and there's favoritism for this and that, why wouldn't there be favoritism for MVP voting? Why
exactly,
wouldn't there be favoritism for any of this shit? I mean,
yeah,
why wouldn't anything be even as a Ravens fan? It's like no, it's starting to all make sense. It's like no, of course the Ravens would win a Super Bowl on during Ray Lewis's last ride. Of course the Broncos were gonna ride out with the sheriff on their lap. It's like no, of course
of
shit goes.
course Tom's gonna win one in Tampa
Of course, no,
and
no. It's like
beat Mahomes.
no. Of course, Tom's gonna go to Tampa and win one, bro. No, of course we are not letting Marshawn win Super Bowl MVP.
Of course,
There's no way we're letting Marshawn win
no.
Super Bowl MVP. It's like
And
no.
we're not letting Seattle win two.
Well, I think they would have been completely happy. Well, no. We know what they were doing. It was Russ needs to throw this week and win MVP.
True,
Because who won MVP the year before? Malcolm Smith.
true.
So like it's like no, they didn't
2 years
want that
before,
shit to go to Martian. 2 years before
correct?
Super Bowl four. No, they were gonna go back to back if they won that. It was 49.
Oh, it was the Broncos that were
Yeah, Broncos
non-consecutive.
were
Yeah,
50.
I bet.
But I don't know.
But
Am
no,
I salty? I'm a hater. Am I a
of
salty
course.
hater? Yes, I am very much. Look
But
at my shirt. This is
yeah,
my MVP right here. There's a lot of
but here's
people's
the thing:
MVP.
Ravens fan or not, there's a lot of people who agree with at least that Lamar should have won. But I was going to move on to something else.
No, we can move on. Shout out to Josh Embiid. Good for you. You did your thing. You got your MVP. You will
Yep,
always be the Embiid to Lamar's Jokic. So
always.
cool. What you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about this is probably a little snippet, but how shameful it is for Travis Kelsey and Roger Goodell and all of these people to talk about how this is all a conspiracy theory now. And oh, God
Well, what do you want
damn
him
it,
to
dude.
say? What do you want him to say? It's the same thing with Mahomes
No,
when you were
I
mad.
want
It's
them
like,
to say nothing.
mhm.
That would be great. But when Travis Kelsey goes up and it just makes him seem so much more guilty, like when he goes, "Why? Like, what's up with all the media and asking questions about the refs? Like, I don't get it." It's like you're not that dumb. We know you're not that dumb. You know what's going on in one form or another. The fact that they're playing dumb and like, oh, Roger Joe's like, oh, there was nothing going on. It's like, yeah, you're obviously going to say that. You don't have to because we know what's happening.
Well, no,
Um,
they're definitely getting asked about it.
no, I know, but the fact that it's sad that like they're like, I don't even know why you guys would even ask this. At the same time, they should be investigated for betting fraud. So
Who?
stealing money from bettors because they're fixing games. I think that's what
That
they're afraid of.
that would never happen. I mean,
I know, but in a
you're
perfect world, I would love to see that. Like, you can't bet on the WWE.
well, that's what I'm saying. Well, actually, you can, but that's you.
Like, for real?
No, yeah, you can, but yeah, absolutely. Um,
You shouldn't.
but
God
I'm
damn it. I
saying
want
like
to go
it's,
home.
but listen, it's like that'd be like saying like pull back the curtain on, the WWE and them giving Cody Rhodes the win. It's like no, it's like if if the whole goal is to get Kansas City to three-peat, well, Roger Goodell's gonna be like, yeah, no, y'all can investigate, no problem. Like, no, he's gonna be
Yeah.
like, there's nothing going on. What are you guys talking about?
No,
Fuck
he's
off.
like, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. The NFL's not scripted. Look at that catch. That catch is crazy. We didn't ever script it.
Yeah, and let's talk about it because we got Super
It
Bowl.
sucks, dude.
It doesn't even feel like we have them, but we got Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah, I
We
don't.
we, we have a Super Bowl to predict, Devin.
Like, the only thing that would make me feel okay about the NFL is the Chiefs losing, but
No, no. See, we're already disagreeing.
are we?
Um, when the playoffs started,
Mm.
I said the Eagles were my secret favorite. If the
But
Ravens, hold on, hold
yeah,
on,
yeah. Sorry.
hold on. I said if the Ravens didn't make it, they were low key who I was rooting for and who I low key thought would pull it off in the NFC. much like the Bills earlier this year, the Eagles fans are making it almost impossible
I agree.
for me to want to see them win. It has nothing to do with the Eagles. Just same way it's like, bro, like I there was not a part of me that didn't mind hearing or seeing Josh Allen, and now it's like, God,
I
you
know.
like
I
Bills
know. It
Mafia, they
sucks.
ruined it for me. And
I know.
the Eagles are kind of doing the same thing. They're leaving like an off, and the more I see what how they were acting in the after the NFC Championship game, and just I don't, it's they're making it really hard for me to want to see the Eagles win. They're making it really, really easy to accept a Kansas City three-peat. Not only because I know and have known this whole time that's what's going to happen, but also because it's they're just kind of pieces of shit. So
Yeah.
I don't really All right, well, I wanted to see the Eagles win, and now I really don't, and I don't like I didn't have much. I didn't have much of a reasoning to say the Eagles were going to win besides what Saquon going crazy. Because here's the thing: if it's a battle of the Kansas City Chiefs not being able to stop Saquon, I don't think the Eagles are going to turn around and stop Patrick Mahomes. And if we're
Well,
talking
no. I mean,
Mahomes,
Mahomes will always have an answer.
and if we're talking Mahomes versus Saquon, all right, let's make it Mahomes versus Saquon, and then the Eagles got a punt. And then the Chiefs take 8 minutes off the clock and they score a touchdown. Oh, looks like you can't dominate with the run now because now you got to run 2-minute offense, whatever. It's like it's just there's all these situations that I just keep every scenario that pops up in my head. It's like if this game ends close or it comes down to the end, it's like, well, you're not gonna run it. I mean, in most if it's all
Sure.
right, 4th and 4, game on the line, the ball's gonna be in Jalen Hurts' hand. It's gonna be on him. Now,
Of course.
2 years ago, we saw the game in his hands, and he made it happen. But what I can easily see happening in Sunday's game is what happened that Super Bowl. He made it happen, and the refs got them Chiefs right where they needed to
Right
be
back.
to win that game. So
Yep.
if this game comes down to the end, Chiefs are winning it, hands down. The Eagles have to go up large, quick, and
Yes.
they're not doing that with 70-yard runs first play with Saquon. It's not happening. I
No.
really don't think it's happening. This Chiefs defense is good.
Good.
This Chiefs defense is very good. And they're not going to just let Saquon run all over them. They're going to make Jalen Hurts. They're going to put the game in Jalen Hurts' hands, and I think he'll be. I think he will be able. I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts can win this game with the game. If the game is in his hands and they have to, move away from a Saquon centric offense and just shoot out Mahomes Hurts. I can see it working. I can see it working out in the Eagles' favor.
Yep.
But when you spend all year continuing to do what works, and
Yep.
that's riding behind the Saquon train, it's I don't know if it's like, all right, we're in the Super
Shoot.
Bowl
Shoot.
now, you need to do it. It's like 2 years ago, it was like, no, Miles Sanders is cool,
Yeah.
but he's not Saquon Barkley. So it's like
No.
this isn't you're not relying on Miles Sanders. You're getting to rely on Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
And
Um. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I think you're right. The Eagles have to go up humongous.
mhm,
Just to even have a shot. Even if they do go up humongous, still a chance the Chiefs fucking
come right back and
somehow come right back.
turn it on for the
Um,
first time this season
exactly. Put up 50 or whatever the
because they
fuck.
haven't. I'm telling you, Devin,
They haven't done it once. Maybe they'll do it in the Super Bowl. They're definitely not. But
they might not have to.
I just thought of this. I don't want to forget it. I've never seen someone not on the Chiefs or someone who didn't work for the NFL say that the NFL isn't rigged and that the Chiefs don't cheat. You know,
What do you mean?
I've never heard like a fucking Dolphins player be like, "Yo, Kansas City's not cheating. The NFL's not rigged." You know, like
See,
no
but
NFL players have
yeah,
ever come out and been like defensive of the NFL. Like,
yeah,
dude, we're locked in.
yeah.
I
Most
don't even know what you
players,
guys are
yeah,
talking about. Most
yeah,
players are like, "Yeah, I can't talk about that."
and we'll see it. There'll be plenty of examples on Sunday
Of
of
course,
Chiefs favoritism, and I think
but
that's exactly why the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl.
I expect them to. Now, the Saquon thing is just the only thing that I feel could change anything, but it could be one of those things where it's like, now Saquon does go crazy, but it's too little, too late.
Yeah, and he could go crazy, but the thing is, if the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl by not being able to contain Saquon Barkley, Myles Garrett's going to be in Kansas City next year, and
You're
boy,
right.
do I not want to see that. So can we please not make them think they need to go out and make that type of fucking move next year? Because you know they will, and you know they'll make it happen. I
Of
mean,
course.
Myles Garrett will easily be a Chief next year if they're oh man, we couldn't contain
See, but
Saquon.
he could be with or without, you know, with or without another Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, but I'm just
He can
saying
still go to the Chiefs, but it would
if
be
they
worth.
get exposed, they might be like, oh well, now we're number one.
It might be
We're on,
next week.
which is I think that's the exact reason why maybe someone like Cooper Cup or Myles Garrett isn't really going to be traded until way after the Super Bowl because it might be one of these two teams.
Yeah, agreed.
So I don't know. My prediction though, I think it's going to be a little more defensive than maybe expected. I'm gonna go
Yeah, same.
Chiefs 21-17.
I'm going Chiefs 24-17.
24-17. All right, so we both got Chiefs. Chiefs three-peat. I'm not
Actually, sorry.
honestly
Change that 24-20.
24-20. Okay.
Chiefs.
Okay. All right. Well, Super Bowl prediction in the book for Super Bowl 59. Super Bowl 59?
59?
59 is that what it is? All right, Devin. Devin,
That was
what
nice.
I wanted to talk to you about. Something I saw. It was good old CBS, Devin.
CBS Sports sucks.
CBS Sports. Nothing gets better than that. They ranked every single Super Bowl from worst to best, or worst to best, best to
Are you
worst, whatever.
serious?
Now we're not gonna go through every single Super Bowl and rank them all, but we are going to figure out our top 5 Super Bowls because
Yeah.
I saw this list and I immediately wanted to go, all right, what's their top 5? If their top 5 was sweet and simple, this might have not even been a segment and we would have moved on. But I knew deep down inside that we were going to have a way different top 5, maybe even top 10 than what CBS Sports was able to cook up. So,
Do you know what my top 3 is?
the 3 Washington Super Bowls?
83, 88, 92.
Okay, yeah, that's hilarious. But so if you want me to where do you want me to start? Because I obviously want to give you all the Super Bowls that I think maybe deserve a spot and whatever. But should I give you maybe CBS Sports top 5 first?
Of course.
Okay, so if you go down to CBS Sports, they're the number 1 Super Bowl, Devin.
It's 28-3.
Super Bowl 49, not 28-3.
A 49.
The Malcolm Butler interception.
Dude.
And then number 2, Super Bowl 42. Helmet catch.
Okay.
You know when the undefeated
You know when
Patriots,
it was fucking 17-13?
17,
Whatever the fucking
when,
shit dick score was?
You know when the undefeated Patriots were only able to score 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Second best Super Bowl ever.
Sure. If we're talking plays,
no,
I think Malcolm Butler's play and David Tyree's helmet catch is up there.
No, this is ranking every Super Bowl from 58 to 1. That is
Super
the title.
Bowl is different than plays.
That is the title. And there's paragraphs of it's not it's
dude,
not just this is the play. It's
they have 28-year-old people who have watched football twice type out paragraphs about, oh well, this was so impactful to the future of football. Fuck you.
Number 3, Super Bowl 52, Philly versus New England, which we can talk about. We'll talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. Super Bowl number
chance.
4, Super Bowl 51, 28-3.
Sure.
And then number
4.
5, one that is really going to show where we stand on what Super Bowls are going to go into this top 5.
Super Bowl 1.
So they put Super Bowl 13 at number 5.
13.
And Devin, I'm not going to lie to you. We are not going to sit here and spend more than maybe 30 seconds talking about any Super Bowl that has Bradshaw or fucking Staubach.
I was about to
in the
say, I
damn
think
time.
that was
Like,
Steelers.
these
Cowboys.
Steelers Cowboys Super Bowls, it's like, okay, yeah, the history is cool. The legacy behind some of these games, like Montana, or if you want to go to the Niners and whatever, it's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Bro, we're done with the 90s. We're done with the 80s. We're
Agreed.
done with the 70s. We're done with the everything. We're done with it all, Devin. We're done with it all. We're talking about games that were good. Okay.
Now we can throw away Rams, Patriots, and a few other Super Bowls from this era, but there's a lot in this era that are
Sure,
about
and there
as
are a
bad.
couple from, I'd say, maybe the 90s that may make the cut, but we'll see. So, all right,
What about
I'm gonna
Super
go
Bowl
through.
3?
I'm gonna go through some Super Bowls that I think maybe deserve. Or do you want me to go through? You want me to finish the top 10? Maybe finish the because
I'd
5
like
was
to hear top 10. Yeah.
okay. 6, they had Super Bowl 25. It was Buffalo missing the game winning
Wide
kick.
right.
Yes. And then 7 was Super Bowl 23, Niners, Bengals, 20-16. All right, Super Bowl 34. All right,
Mm-hmm.
a picture that our kids are gonna see everywhere to that day.
1 inch short.
1 yard short.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's a legendary moment.
Greatest show on Toif.
But that's the thing when you put all that together too. It's like now you really got an argument.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 3 at number 9, Devin.
False. That was not. Was that? I don't know how television works, but fuck that, dude.
So yeah,
No one's watching that grainy ass Joe Namath footage.
Joe Namath guaranteed a win, and Johnny Unitas. It's like, look, bro.
That's so funny that was like so like provocative in that era. It was like saying we're gonna win, and they're like, holy shit, Joe Namath says we're gonna win this football game, and he guarantees.
Yeah, and he guaranteed it. He sold his soul to the devil.
Holy shit, this guy's wearing a mink coat.
Every single Super Bowl we talked about, they think is better than this one. Every single one. Ready? All 9 Super Bowls that we've talked about so far is better than Super Bowl 43, Cardinals Steelers.
That's bullshit.
Now what
that's
are we
one
doing?
of the greatest Super Bowls, and that's not like, oh, cool play. That's like 18 cool plays.
That is a Super Bowl.
That's one of the ones that I'll go back and watch the highlights from.
That is a Super Bowl that just is.
That one hits the soul, right, dude?
So let's give our top 5. I think
now the fact that you threw in that one, that brought up so many other memories.
That's what I'm saying. So I really think me and you can go through the Super Bowls we think make the cut. Now I have all these Super Bowls that I think made it. If there are any more, feel free to throw them in.
No, this is top 5.
But I think we should make our top 5. Right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Super Bowls that I'm considering.
Okay, cool.
All right. So one that I think obviously, is in contention is Super Bowl 49. I don't think it's number 1.
See, I got to stop. I got to learn the numbers of Super Bowls. I know the years. It's hard for me to get the numbers. The numbers, I go, I don't even know what that is.
49 Seahawks, Patriots.
I got you there.
I don't think it's number 1. Is it one of the dumbest moments or calls or just biggest plays ever? I guess.
Well, the only thing that I remember from that is that final drive, really.
Well, no, I mean, I would say
what was it? The Pats were up big.
The Pats were down.
The Pats were down.
The Pats were down and came. If we can, maybe there's some context added on to this, but I want to say the Pats were down, and then this was also the Deflategate year. The defending Seahawks came out gunning. Patriots responded, took over the game, stole it back with the Jermaine Kearse catch.
Yep.
I mean, no, like there were there were a lot of, and then obviously not running the ball at the one, and
It's crazy. I
and
just watched that play recently. Well, I watched the play. I watched the two plays before it. So the cursed catch, the Marshawn Lynch run. Didn't realize how close he was to getting in.
mm-hmm.
Literally like a fucking extension away from getting in.
Like they just could have
And the
done
fact
that
that
again.
Pete Carroll was like, yeah,
Yeah, I do
launch
not
it.
want Burrow winning
Actually,
MVP.
launch it like right
Um,
in the heart of the field. Not like don't run a fade that your quarterback can throw out of bounds if he needs to. Just run it. Throw it in the heart of trouble, dude.
all right. Okay. So what are we saying? Considering
What 49
we're gonna consider 49 for now.
for top five?
Top
Yeah, but
five.
I doubt it.
All right. I'll keep it on the considering list, and then all right. Super Bowl 42,
Now
absolutely not.
let's clarify this. This is our
This
like
is
this is the Super Bowls that we enjoy or think should be there.
okay. I mean, if you want to say that, sure. I'm giving what I think the top 5 Super Bowls are.
I don't
I'm not
fucking
going
know.
because
I haven't seen all the Super Bowls. I don't know.
okay, but here's the thing: no fucking 7-year-old is going to sit here and tell me that there's a Cowboys Steelers game in Super Bowl 13. Man, did you? It's
There
like,
could have been. I don't know.
bro,
Maybe some people like shit, boring football.
but you're smarter than that.
That's true.
You're smarter than that. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you want to take the I'm not saying this is the top 5. These are the top 5 Super Bowls of all time. Because if they weren't, then we'd be sitting here saying that the 42. Okay, the helmet catch is number 1 then. Fuck it. That's
It's
what we're
true.
doing. No, Super Bowl 42 is not top 5 at all. There's absolutely no
42
reason.
is
The undefeated Patriots putting up 14 against the Giants. David Tyree making one catch that I guess makes this the second best Super Bowl ever.
yeah, no, not even
No.
close.
The Super Bowl does not make the cut. I'm whacking
Well,
that.
people forget. Plexico Burris touchdown won the game.
It happened.
Happened.
It happened.
Then he shot himself
But
in
we're
the
talking
leg.
about best Super Bowls.
No, not even close.
The 07 Patriots putting up
No, I agree. Don't. Yeah,
it's not top 5.
of course not.
What about 28-3?
Yes,
Because for me right now, that's floating in the top 3.
I think it's for sure top 5. We'll talk where
Now,
they go. I just want to eliminate some right now, and then we can get into ordering them. But
okay. I mean, okay. So then,
but that's definitely staying.
consider it. What about Foles? What about 52? What about?
That one's tough because it was a solid like football game.
Okay.
There was Philly, obviously, and
All right. Well,
one
hold on.
punt.
Before we talk about it anymore, you said you want to just save, and then
Sure.
you want to go through. You want to
Yeah.
throw some shit away first. Get rid of the clutter.
Yeah.
34, 1 yard short.
No.
Okay.
Fuck no, dude. I don't know anything else about that game, and I don't think anybody else does.
Super Bowl 43, Cardinals Steelers.
Yeah, for sure.
That is going to absolutely make the cut.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about that one. Super Bowl 57. That was the last Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl.
No.
All right. Well, look, if you don't want to put in top 5, whatever. I'm going to say this now. If you're just non-biased and not a hater, a 38-35
Agreed.
Super Bowl. It went into that was
But
a beautiful game.
it was a great game.
It was a very entertaining game.
Sirianni crying, fun stuff happening, but I don't think it belongs top 5.
It was better than fucking. Okay, I mean it's not top 5, but it's not. Let's see, where is it? Number. It's number 12, and they said that the Super Bowl before that, or not before that, excuse me, but Super Bowl 55 or 53, 58. I'm all over the fucking place with the Roman numerals. 58, Chiefs Niners.
They said that was better.
That Super Bowl was better than Chiefs Eagles.
Chiefs Niners was trash.
It's like there's no Chiefs Niners that's better than Chiefs Eagles. But all right, we don't have to put that top 5. Now, I just kind of threw that up there because I want to talk about it because it happened. But 47 happened. Um,
Is it?
you know, it did happen, you know, and Ravens did, you know, they did what they did. Elite Joe did what he did. The last drive.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
when you really think about it, you got Jacoby's 108 run back. You got Jacoby's crazy play. You got the lights going out. You got
I mean, just Joe Flacco's
the
performance.
Niners start to come back.
hmm The goal line stand.
The goal line stand. You got Sam Cock running around the back of the end zone like a wild goose.
I mean, it was a good Super Bowl.
This is a great bowl.
Is it
Now
top
it would have been
five?
42-14 had the lights not gone out, but now I'm speaking. I have no idea what the fucking score would have been,
I
but
mean, it wouldn't have been a 3 point game.
it
It
wouldn't have
wouldn't have
came
been
down to what it came down to.
a
But
4 point game.
beating Capricock and
The
the
Hard Bowl.
Harbowl and
Come on, man. I mean,
all the jazz, and
it
and
was
and
up
that's
there.
what like a Super Bowl needs a little bit is something like that. Like I feel like the Eagles Super Bowl didn't really give us a lot of like I don't know other
What
stuff around that outside of like controversy.
what about like a
There's no like
surprise?
signature play from that game
What a what about a surprise onside kick at halftime?
from the Saints.
Super Bowl 44. Tracy Porter,
The
pick
Saints, no?
six. Yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah.
pick six with Tracy Porter,
Again, you
onside kick
gotta.
with Sean Payton. I know.
I don't
I'm
know
saying,
numbers, dude.
but you knew you were right though. So I wanted to see
No,
where
yeah,
see where you were going with that. But
yeah.
all right, I, that's the thing though. Where are we going? Because right now we've got 43, 51, 52, and 49. That's all we've considered.
Yeah.
Do I need to bring up more Super Bowls? Because
How many do we have left?
it sounds like I need to bring up some more
How many do
because
we have
the
left in this
problem is
11?
the farther I go back, the more you seem against. So like for instance, Super Bowl 32 was Broncos Packers. That
Yes.
was helicopter Elway. That was
Yes.
the one before going back
97 though.
the one going before back to back. Terrell Davis with the winning touchdown with a migraine all
Super
day.
Bowl MVP.
Migraine Davis. It was
Yes.
Terrell Davis with the migraine. The man couldn't see. It was scoring touchdowns and like I said, we're talking signature moments or plays. It's like the helicopter. It's like that play we still see to this day. And obviously, it's I don't know. It's just signature shit. The same reason Josh Allen won MVP. It's just signature
Sure.
wins and plays. So it's like the classic things. Super Bowl 32, Super Bowl 31. That was Packers Patriots. That was Drew Bledsoe Patriots. That was Desmond Howard's return. That was classic Brett Favre celebrating running off the field with his helmet off. I mean, like I don't know where I like the problem is I don't know what makes it top five because
I don't know anything
I'm
about
looking
that
at
bowl,
their
dude.
top five and like for me it's like Patriots Seahawks. All right, I could see that being top five. I could easily consider that being top five. Super Bowl 42 Giants Patriots, absolutely not. Super Bowl
Well,
52.
if I go back to the Rolodex, you got 50 poopies.
Oh, don't worry. Next episode we're doing top five worst.
Yeah, that's up there.
We're absolutely doing top
Well, we
five
could just
worst.
do fucking
Oh no. Top five worst, and like you said,
recent
hours.
history.
So it's gonna
Yeah.
be hours. We're not
Well,
sitting
no,
here
but like,
talking
yeah,
about
like there's
Bart
probably some
Starr or
shitters
something.
from the '70s, but I didn't watch them. Brady's early Super Bowl was not that cool.
Okay, well, no,
Well,
no.
there's the 2000
I was gonna say 36 Patriots Panthers.
Patriots Panthers.
Patriots Panthers. You had some classic plays in that with
Yeah,
Steve Smith. I mean, there was. I mean,
but
obviously
what is Patriot
Vinatieri.
Rams? It was, but that was just Tom Brady leading the comeback against the greatest show on turf.
But then I'm looking here. It's like all right, 18 they got Saints Colts. But then 19 they got Rams Bengals. Was Rams Bengals a good so Rams Bengals was
Rams
better
Bengals
than
was
that, but that was better than 46. That was better than Steelers Packers.
fuck no.
That was better than.
Well, Steelers Packers kind of stunk. If I can remember correctly, I'm
I
not
don't.
sure.
No. I mean, from my memory, no, it definitely
Well,
didn't.
and I think Rams Bengals stunk because it was like we don't really give a shit about these teams. I'm pretty sure the
You're
game
right.
was okay.
No, Rams Bengals was boring.
Wasn't?
It's pretty boring. I remember it
Yeah,
being pretty boring. It was a pretty boring Super Bowl, Devin. I'm
but
not
it
gonna
was
lie.
also in LA, and
Mm-hmm.
games look terrible in LA.
Honestly, they put more effort into the halftime show. So I mean, they just I don't.
Yeah,
I
when
don't.
fucking 50's hanging upside down, and
Yeah, it's like that Super Bowl that ain't up there for me. But okay, like for in my eyes, I think we did a bracket before. I think we've done a bracket on Super Bowls before,
we've
best of
definitely
Super Bowl
done
brackets,
brackets.
and
Yeah.
I want to say the winner was 43.
I don't know what
Between
43 is.
you're gonna know because it was between the 100-yard pick six from James Harrison,
Yes.
Larry
09.
Fitzgerald,
Yes.
fucking
We get Larry Legend right at the middle, dude.
Santonio Holmes, the toe tap at the end. In my eyes, that's number one.
And that one's so nostalgic for me too. And I remember being in like, I'm not gonna say what grade.
Yeah, because people can't figure it out.
3rd grade. No, 1st grade.
Who knows?
Whatever fucking grade it was. And I was like, yo, dude, the Cardinals are awesome. They look great. I did the same thing in 15.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, the Panthers are gonna smoke the dick off these Broncos.
I was the biggest Cam fan in the world.
Dude, I was like, this fucking offense, greatest defense in the world, my ass, dude. Cam's an animal. And
DeMarcus
then we
who?
just get pooped on. But no, yeah, 09 was awesome, dude.
I don't think it gets beat. I look, and 28-3, right?
Yeah.
In terms of second half, well, honestly, fourth quarter and a little bit of the third.
Well, yeah, it was like 8 minutes into the third.
It was the most thrilling quarter and a quarter of a quarter game ever.
Quarter and a half. But
it was
I mean,
it was some of the
real,
most thrilling moments of football ever.
I stopped watching the game when it was 28-3.
But
and then I came back to it when someone was like, "Yo, shit's happening." I was like, "Oh, fuck."
And I promise to God, this isn't a lie. This isn't me trying to seem like some genius, because I've said this 100 times and been wrong. But
Sure.
I remember sitting there when it was 28-3.
Yeah.
Going, bro, it's like it's not over though. Like this game
No.
really ain't over. And then it's just slowly watch them creep back, and no matter what, you can go back and watch them creep back every day. You can go back and watch that sequence of just bro.
Well, the funniest thing is, well, number one, there's the video of the Falcons players. It was Mohamed Sanu and someone else. He was like, "It's Tom Brady though," and they fucked him up.
It's Tom
but
Brady though.
If you put yourself back in that, like I'll put myself back in that mindset. It was like, nah, fuck Tom Brady, fuck everything they're doing. They win too fucking much. Love to see Matt Ryan fucking poop on these boys. Love to see Julio get a ring. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. Tom's done. Tom's washed. Tom was what, 38 years old at that point, or however old the fuck he was.
Probably a little bit older. It was
however old
51,
he was.
7 years ago. Yeah, it might have been 38.
38,
okay.
39, maybe 40,
you're
whatever.
Right.
He was fucking old. We were like, oh, his career's fucking over, and he played another fucking 8 years or whatever. So yeah, for me, it was like, oh, fuck this shit, fuck this guy.
See, and I know that, like, I definitely wasn't the biggest Tom Brady fan, at all. But even I remember at the time, like, being like, damn, like, that was some legendary shit. Like, that was
everyone was like,
no matter what, like, you really can't say anything. Like, that was some some legendary shit.
That would be like if, like, Mahomes, like, left for a while and then, like, was, like, good again and then, like, won a Super Bowl and was, like, cool. Like, this was, like, this was Tom's first, like, redeeming moment when it was, like, no longer, like, yo, fuck Tom.
I mean, he won 2 years prior.
No, I know, but it was less of, because when he won in Tampa, it was like, yo, Tom's chill.
Uh-huh.
Tom's just a cool guy who hangs out in Florida and gets drunk.
Okay.
But no, when it was Tom winning and coming back, it was like, now Tom cemented as the GOAT at that point.
Okay.
That
All
was the
right.
cement.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it was that could have been somebody's first Super Bowl. That 28-3 outdoes
Sure.
that outdoes any other Super Bowl performance. Like just narrative scenario down that. It's not the number one, but can we put it number two?
Of course.
All right. Then I'll put it number two. I'll put it number two. 51 at 2, 43 at 1. Okay. So then we're looking at 49, Malcolm Butler, Jermaine Kearse, Marshawn, whatever you did or did not want to do at the goal line. 52, Eagles, Patriots. That's definitely one you can consider. My problem is where you start to fall because, like, all right, you're like solely against what, considering the greatest show on turf, pulling off the 1 yard, the 1 yard, 1 yard Super Bowl win.
Kind of.
Okay, because you don't remember like every single play.
I remember one play.
Do you remember every single play from 28-3? Do you remember every single play from last year's Super Bowl?
No, I didn't really watch last year's Super Bowl, but I've seen 28-3 about 15 times. I remember most plays.
Of the
Like,
whole
I remember
game,
Matt
the
Ryan
first
getting
half,
sacked
the whole
twice.
of the first half.
The only play I remember from the first half is the pick six.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Devontae had a crazy run, but I don't remember. That's like, there's a lot of games I don't remember every play of the second half. I remember play every second half in that Super Bowl and the Eagles Patriots Super Bowl from 17.
But then why did you spend so much of your life defending, Michael Jordan as the best player of all time? You never watched him play. You didn't see him. You didn't.
Because I had a pea-sized brain, and I still do.
No, but I'm just saying,
my
like,
pea has changed.
No, yeah, no, but I feel you, but I'm saying, like, why are we choosing now to be like, fuck, I don't know history? It's like, no, we know. It's like,
we're not choosing now, because if we're gonna say, let's go back and talk about a Super Bowl we haven't watched, we can go back to 1974. You know, I don't want to go back that far.
I mean, you want to talk about 1974? I'd say it's probably around when the Baltimore Colts beat the Dallas Cowboys, like Super Bowl 5 era. You want to go Super Bowl 5 era?
70? No, that was 70.
That was, whatever it was. Well, the first Super Bowl was what, 68?
No.
So like 70.
66, 67.
Are we going to really debate on...
We're picking hairs. I think it was 60s.
Are we going to split hairs on 1 or 2 years here? Either way.
No, I'm saying that I think y'all won in 70.
Okay, but what
I say y'all, but the Baltimore
but Colts. Listen to what I'm saying, though. I'm offering the greatest show on turf to possibly be in the top 5, and you're saying, well, why don't we consider a quarterback who like was one of the first to develop the forward pass? It's like we're talking about 2 different eras of football.
Agreed.
Johnny Unitas was somebody who made people go, wow. So they're gonna be able to really throw this thing, huh? Like they can do that. Like they can do this. And now we're talking about the greatest show on turf. You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, if you want the greatest show,
but I'm saying, give me Super Bowls that were better. Give me.
No,
Super
I'm
Bowls
just
that
saying,
were better than that.
I have no recollection or any feeling toward that Super Bowl personally. So I don't know what the fuck happened in the second quarter. What led to that fucking... I don't even know what happened on that drive.
I feel like every single game we've talked about, it's all been down to how it ended. I mean, that's the exact reason why Super Bowl 42 is number 2 on CBS Sports. The helmet catch. It is the reason.
Well, yeah, but then we talk about the first Super Bowl. We talk about number 1 on our list, and
it's the reason.
No, I mean,
no. On CBS Sports, it's the reason. So I'm saying, I'm saying if listen to, let me break it down for you. We're talking about people who are paid to do all this research and break down every single Super Bowl 1 through 59, 1 through 58.
58.
And they're still only talking about the end.
No, of course.
So we do not have to sit here and talk about the second quarter of Super Bowl 34 at all. You know why? Because they didn't either. But I'm just saying, like, even these people are talking about the endings of these games.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's like 43 is kind of an anomaly in terms of like it just had highlight moments just the entire game, but
Yeah.
the rest of these, it's like, no, I mean Super Bowl 51. Okay, then where do you put 50? Where do you put 52? Where do you put Eagles? Where do you put Eagles Patriots? To me, that was a game that was up and down the whole game. The whole game it was.
Yeah.
But does it have that
Doesn't have that
does it
fairy
have that
tale end.
signature ending, you know? Does it have
But
that
I think
final
game wise, I think that goes up there. I mean, I'm not sure where you want to put the greatest show on turf.
maybe
Where would
not.
you?
I'm saying I don't even know if it's top 5, but I'm saying to sit here and pretend like we're not going to talk about it
No, I'm
when
not. I don't want to brush it off. But if we're talking top 5,
well, that's what I'm trying to figure out what would go over it, you know. What that's
I
my
think that
question.
Eagles Patriots Super Bowl can. I mean, there was the most yards of offense that I think we've ever seen in a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, 500 yards from Brady with a loss.
Yeah, for something from Nick.
I mean,
One punt I think from the Eagles. Maybe I think there were no punts from the Patriots, and I don't know how many from the Eagles,
however
but
many from the Eagles.
um,
52 I think is up there.
Philly,
Um
all that.
is it better than 49? Is it better than Seahawks Patriots?
That's where it's weird, and that's kind of when you have to factor in the ending part.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You got one game that pretty much the entire game it was very very exciting, but by the time you got to
yeah.
the end of the Eagles Patriots, it was like, all
It
right,
was
well, are they gonna catch this
Eagles.
Hail Mary and then go for two?
Yeah,
It's like and tie it up. It's like no, it's like the game was over. Um, but then you got this, you know, pretty much this entire game is based on the final drive, if not that, the final play,
yeah.
and that's what's talked about. And shit, the
What's
scuffle.
crazy is that, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it 23-25? Or was it 22-25?
It was 28-24.
It was 28-24. You're right.
28-24.
It was a 4 point. Yeah, so
28-24.
there was no
Yeah.
field goal involved. Which
4 point game.
okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'll probably put that game over the Eagles one.
Okay. I could probably agree.
Are we? How many are we in now? 4.
That we're at 3 and 4. We're looking
Okay.
at 3 and 4. If that's the 3 and 4 we're going with, and then we'd just be looking at 5.
I like that 3 and 4.
Okay, so then
It's weird. There's
51.
no Chiefs Super Bowls in here.
There is no Chiefs. Well, I mean, I
Did you know
tried
that
pushing.
in their 2019, in their first against the Niners, they had no accepted penalties against them?
I mean, that makes sense.
I didn't realize that the bull diarrhea started then. I thought it started after that.
No, I mean that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. And then I guess the final is number 5. I mean, now we're talking. Okay, now we're coming down to we got helicopter Elway and Super Bowl 32. That's Elway Favre. Because that's the thing. It's like if we're gonna sit here and go, oh, Bradshaw and Staubach, it's like fuck that.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
Elway and Favre. It's like we got other matchups that are a little more
What the fuck
extreme.
else happened in the 90s?
Namath
Steve
and
Young was there.
Unitas. 90s, yeah. I mean, what you want to look at Niners Super Bowls? I guess that would be the main thing that they're and they got
You got the Cowboys Super Bowls. You got
Super Bowl 23 sitting at number 7 with the Niners and Bengals. But no matter how much I tried,
yeah,
like even as a kid, like learning about Super Bowls and the history of the Niners,
yeah,
it's pretty fucking like bland for how good they were. You
for
know,
real. Yeah,
like they're kind of like the Chiefs of this era. Like when we look back on it, like this year in particular, it's like,
for
damn.
real. And this is why Tom's still better, regardless.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to think there was a time where it's like, is he gonna be better than Joe? It's like Montana's not even mentioned in like,
It's not
bro,
even close
Montana.
anymore. Though.
And I don't know what happened that made Montana fall off so hard because it's not like
28-3. I'm
no
dead ass.
because,
It was 28 to
but
3.
I'm saying Montana went from like 1 to like 4 or 5.
Well, yeah, because it was Nah, Drew broke all the records, and then Aaron wins
You had
more
Peyton.
MVPs. Peyton wins another Super Bowl, and then it's like, yeah, we're not with that like old ball type of shit. And then you talk about that era, and you're like, well, Marino was the best quarterback of that era.
Yeah, well, yeah, no.
Like,
People
you're not even
really.
the best quarterback in your own era.
Well, then it's like people use like, and they would do the same thing today. It's like Steve Young came in and fucking
Steve Young came in and did the same thing. You have the
did the same
best
shit. Like,
receiver in the fucking world
yeah, I mean, yeah,
who
absolutely.
played until he was 40 years old, and he was a fucking animal.
Still balling.
So yeah, with Montana, and he's also probably like a drug addict or
Montana.
something at this point. But
The
that's
only
probably
Chiefs
made
Super
up.
Bowl,
But
the only Chiefs Super Bowl I consider was 57. Like I said, 35, 38,
yeah,
and
I don't know.
it was very entertaining through
Of
the
course.
entire game. 44, obviously, I mean, signature moments in that. You had the onside kick at halftime.
What
It
about
was
Brady
lit.
versus Mahomes? When
30,
Mahomes was ooh, running like a
31,
dead goat.
31 to 9. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if that one makes the cut.
running for his goddamn
Um,
life, and the
I mean, I'm
weekends
not gonna
coming out of the
lie,
closet.
kind of struggling to find one better than 47.
What the hell's 47?
You know what Super
Yours.
Bowl 47 is.
My bad.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on, bro. You know
No.
what Super Bowl 47
I'm gonna
is.
be honest. I think that's better than the greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
So what are we doing talking about
So
that dumb
so
Super
what are we
Bowl,
doing
dude?
talking about that dumb Super Bowl then? Put 47 at 5.
I agree.
Put
Put it in
47 at
5.
5 then.
No,
All
that's
right, fine. I'm
Jacoby
fine with
going
it.
dumb shitty poo poo on the entire fucking squad,
Yeah.
and then catching that fucking. That was the opening kickoff, right?
Of the second
No,
half. Of the second
gotcha.
half.
Because the lights went out in the third.
Yeah. It was the opening kickoff of the second half.
Catches that ball. Was that later in the game? It was.
That was in the first half.
That was in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
They kind
He
of
was balling. Jacoby was
boopity
balling that
boopity.
fucking game. He was going crazy.
You know what? I didn't realize, or I forgot, at least from your guys' first Super Bowl, that the one touchdown that the Giants scored. I knew that was a kick return. Then y'all hit them immediately with a kick
35
return.
straight. Oh, yeah.
It was kick return,
Mm-hmm.
and then y'all hit them immediately with a kick return. And I was like, hey, this is dumb as hell.
And then blew them out the water after that.
Pissed all over their butt.
But I like that top 5. I like the super
I don't
biased
hate
top
it.
5.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Well, that's
it.
why it's our list. It's not like we're not going through it and being like, yo, these are the best Super Bowls of all time. It's like, no, this is what should be.
Yeah, but it's like,
I don't know what the criteria for
I
a
mean, that's the
fucking
thing.
great
It's
Super
like, but
Bowl is.
if
This for me, like, '09's nostalgic. I love that Super Bowl.
that's the thing, if you wanted to bring a grading system out and be like, all right,
Yeah.
out of 10 stats, like, okay, names. If you wanted like names with game style, like star power, this and that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I mean, I guess we could do that because Joe Flacco and Colin Kaepernick isn't, Joe Namath and Johnny Unitas, but it
Sure.
was still a better game. It was.
But bro, for that, like, if we talk about it now, it's those names aren't crazy. But that time, it was like, no, the Ravens walked into Denver, whooped them.
But it was still an anomaly.
No, of course.
That playoff run by Joe was still like, what the fuck?
That's one of the craziest. I mean, that's one of the biggest anomalies in football. It's like
It still is.
11 touchdowns, no picks, and beat the two best teams in the AFC by a good
And
bit.
the fact that he's gonna be on a roster next year.
That's pretty cool.
The man, Joe Flacco, is gonna be on a roster next year. But yeah,
He also
all right.
just could have retired.
That was our top 5. Devin, I got some athletes for you. We got a game.
Yeah.
We got a game. I got some athletes for you to guess.
Do I get a silhouette?
No silhouette. Maybe I should start throwing in a silhouette. Throw
No,
a
that won't help
silhouette
too
for every
much.
player. It wouldn't help at all because it's like what it'd be shoulder pads and a helmet. I mean, it's not like it just.
Oh, you're gonna show me shoulder pads and helmet silhouette?
Yeah, I mean,
That's crazy.
how would that? Yeah, it wouldn't really help you. But all right,
No, you would know. It would be like their team photo, like Podal.
sure.
Sure.
But
Was
I
that
got 5
Mandarin?
facts. No, I got 5 facts for you. For 3 different players, and you're gonna do your best to guess who I'm talking about. This first player. All right, first player. He has more passing touchdowns than Joe. Excuse me. This first player has more passing touchdowns than Joe Montana and less pass touchdowns than Johnny Unitas.
Is that one fact?
That's one fact.
Okay.
He has thrown more touchdowns than Joe Montana and has thrown less touchdowns than Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, Montana sucks.
He's played for 3 teams.
Fuck.
He's played for 3 teams. He has the most starts for a 4th round quarterback.
4th round.
Most starts as a 4th round quarterback ever.
I got one guess. This is a just name that popped in. I don't even know. Not even close. Ken Stabler.
No.
Move on. Perfect.
Okay.
I just wanted to.
Cool.
I just the name I wanted to say, just for fun.
Okay. He's 6th all time in completion percentage. Sixth
4th round pick.
3 teams.
3 teams is throwing me off. I need to figure out what quarterbacks play for 3 teams and sit in between Montana and Unitas.
Most starts for a 4th round quarterback ever. In his college, this last one, he has all college records for his college, for his school. He has the most wins, most yards, most touchdowns, and most completions for his school.
Oh. I hope I got it. No. Did he play for 2 teams?
Who?
Dang. I think he played for 2 teams.
Who?
Matt Ryan.
It's not Matt Ryan.
Dang. Because he would have every record at BC. I don't know when he was drafted. Fucker went to Boston College.
All right.
Probably 4th round.
But you got 5 now.
Shut up. Fuck.
You got your 5. He's got all college passing records, 6th all time in completion percentage, most starts.
Mike Vick.
No.
Virginia Tech?
No, Mike Vick is
not a 4th rounder?
Mike Vick. Falcons, Eagles, Jets, Steelers. He's played for more than 3 teams.
You're right. I forgot the Steelers.
More passing touchdowns in Montana, less than Unitas. I'll give you one more guess, and then I'll probably have to give you the answer.
Is it the Cutlet?
Who?
Jay Cutler?
No.
Damn,
Jay
dude,
Cutler
I was
has
hoping
more
Jay Cutler
touchdowns
had
than
some.
Joe Montana. All right.
I don't fucking know.
Devin, the answer is Kirk Cousins.
Yo, fuck you, dude.
The answer is Kirk Cousins.
No
More
way
passing
it's Kirk
touchdowns in
Muffin, dude.
Montana, less Unitas. 3 teams. Most starts.
I wasn't even thinking that fucking recent, dude.
Most starts as a 4th round quarterback, 6 all time.
He was 4th round to us.
Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State for sure.
Come on, he's got all them records there. It ain't hard. It ain't hard to go to Michigan State and get all the.
Especially when
records.
Draymond's playing football.
All right, this next player.
Damn, dude, fuck Kirk, dude. Fuck.
All right, Devin, this next player. He's had 10 interceptions in 1 season. He's been selected to 4 Pro Bowls. He's played for 4 teams.
What was the first thing? 10 interceptions in 1 season?
He's had 10 interceptions in 1 season.
He's just one time he threw 10 picks.
No. He caught 10 interceptions throughout a season.
Copy. I got lost there for a second.
This player intercepted 10 balls in 1 year.
And then now I need the other ones because I was thinking QB the whole time.
4 Pro Bowls.
Cool.
4 teams.
Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Damn it.
14 kids.
14 kids?
This player has 14 children.
Not Nick Cannon?
Not Nick Cannon.
Does he have more than Nick Cannon?
Probably.
Yeah, Nick had like 12.
He's got more.
I got millions right now. They just haven't.
He went to Florida State.
Jalen Ramsey has 14 kids? No.
4 teams, 4 Pro Bowls, 10 interceptions in 1 year, 14 kids, Florida State. And I'll throw in a bonus. He has a cousin who was also in the NFL.
You're pissing me off because you say these like it's like simple, and you give me no hints that are like normal.
Oh, it's so simple.
Champ Bailey?
No.
I don't know where Champ went to college. 4 teams.
14 kids. That's the one that see. That's the problem. Some like the thing is, you could have off the rip been like, "Oh, that's fucking blah blah blah." I remember seeing he had 14 kids 2 days
I don't
ago.
know who has 14 children.
But you could have easily been like, "Oh, I just saw that
Of
fucking
course.
blah 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 has 14 kids." Okay. All right. You want me to give it? You want me to really give you the answer?
No.
I mean, it'll make you feel a little bit better.
Stephon Gilmore?
No.
He didn't go to FSU.
He's related to your first guess.
Antonio Cromartie?
It's Antonio Cromartie.
So is that why you giggled at me? Because I said Dominique Rogers Cromartie instead of the real Cromartie?
Yeah,
Are you pissing him? Are you shitting me?
It's Antonio Cromartie.
But instead I said Dominique Rogers Cromartie.
You said DRC.
And
Antonio.
I probably mixed them up in my head.
But Cromartie, no,
an
that's
idiot.
that was a big thing. How many kids he has? Like he has 14 children. The way it was the way it was titled 14 known children.
Ah, cool.
Honestly,
when you were known to have 14 kids, there's probably about 28 of them.
You gotta question if there's more.
But what pisses me off is that I don't know how DRC popped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure at the time that I said that, I thought they were the same person. So, here we are.
Right. This last player. Devan.
Why the fuck would I say Dominique Rogers Cromartie?
This last player wrote a children's book. This player was born with a cleft palate.
Ah, you fucking bitch.
Born with a cleft palate. That was one of the top facts I saw. He was born with a cleft palate. 14-time Pro Bowler.
Joe Thomas.
No. He's never thrown a touchdown in overtime.
This is a quarterback. You gotta give me position, dude. I just went O-line, dude.
Yeah, you did. I know, that's what's fun. It's like
yeah,
now you're in a whole different ballpark.
I'm in a different realm.
So this quarterback has never thrown an overtime touchdown.
Cleft lip.
Cleft palate. Cleft palate. Wrote a children's book. 14-time Pro Bowler.
14 times.
Never thrown an overtime touchdown. He has the most playoff berths by a quarterback ever. Most playoff berths of any quarterback, Devin.
Is it Joe?
No.
Joe
Born
didn't
with a
play for
cleft palate. He's a 14-time, but he's never thrown an overtime touchdown.
I don't even know what that means. Is this before overtime?
He's never thrown a touchdown in overtime.
Is this before overtime?
He's never thrown a touchdown in overtime.
Wow. What are you talking about, dude?
Never. He has never thrown a touchdown in overtime, but he is a 14-time Pro Bowler.
I don't even know what that means.
Cleft palate.
Big Ben?
No. You want to know?
Is this Jay Cutler?
No.
Rex
14-time Pro Bowler? What is up with what's in your fucking juice today? No, that is crazy. Most playoff berths. Chicago Bears quarterback Jay Cutler.
I want the Cutler to be in one of these, dude.
Most playoff berths. No, it's not Bart Starr. Pro Bowls. Wrote a children's book.
Who wrote a children's book, bro?
You want to know?
No. Brett Favre.
It's not Brett Favre. All right, I think it's time to give you the answer. So the quarterback that was born with a cleft palate wrote a children's
Don't laugh.
book. Just such a stupid fact. It was like the top fact, like about him.
Yeah, that's a like cleft is a perfect word for what the thing is.
Yes,
A
exactly.
cleft lip makes so much sense.
14-time Pro
I don't
Bowler.
even know what cleft means.
He's never thrown an overtime touchdown, and
I don't even.
he has the. What do you not understand? So in overtime, he's never thrown a touchdown in the fifth quarter of a game.
Yeah, I don't know how I would like be like, oh, I knew that.
Most playoff berths by any quarterback.
Jesus Christ, who?
The most. It's Peyton Manning.
You bastard!
It's Peyton Manning, bro. How hard was it to think of that? How hard was it to think of Peyton Manning?
It was really hard, actually.
Come on, cleft palate. Why do you think bro's mouth is always open? Why do you think bro's mouth is always hanging open? It's got to be
That's
why.
not why. His brother's got it, too.
It's got to genetics. That's got to be a genetic thing. Come on now.
Peyton's got a cleft lip.
They're all just cleft. Oh fuck! I done fucked it all up. They're all just cleft. Either way, it's.
Can we just start talking about like the bad things they've done?
No,
that would give me a much better insight into these people's
that's
lives.
the problem. It's like this could get real bad. Like when I did when I did the Michael Vick research.
Yes.
Like, and I'm not even making a dog joke, but there was something else, for people who don't know, something else that came up about Michael Vick. I was like, oh God, I can't put that on there. That is not even like something that people don't even talk about at all ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's Peyton Manning, that's what I wanted to try. It's like, can I get someone that's so obvious enough facts to like, see what we can do there, because that's some interesting shit.
That really screws me up, because the second like I get like 5-time MVP, 5-time MVPs immediate.
That would have gave it away, yeah. But I mean, a 14-time Pro Bowler who's
anytime
had the
there's
most
facts that like, yeah, I don't know.
It's a 14-time Pro Bowler who's had.
I definitely couldn't have gotten that. I could have gotten that. The fact that I was closer with Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie than I was at any point during Peyton Manning makes me a little upset.
Or Kirk Cousins.
Kirk, I wasn't even close.
I thought you were gonna get Kirk like right away. I thought 3 teams, 4th round.
I hate Kirk.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like where I'm at.
But you have like hateful knowledge.
It's true.
So like, you know what's up with bro.
Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie.
But
I don't even know who that is.
All right, Devin. It's the cousin of Antonio Cromartie.
I've heard the name. I don't know what he looks like.
With all that being said, we talked NFL honors. We talked Jimmy to Golden State. We talked some more NBA trades, Super Bowl predictions, top 5 Super Bowls, guess some athletes. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
There's something I'd like to say, but I'm not gonna say it because
that's probably smart. It's probably
bad.
It's probably the smartest thing to do. Well, I guess with all that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode of On It. We'll be back on Tuesday to review the Super Bowl. Maybe give a top 5 worst Super Bowl list, because I think that might be fun to just talk about the shittiest Super Bowls that we've watched. Whatever else happens, who knows? We're gonna see Luka debut. We're gonna see AD debut. We're gonna see some debuts and shit. We're gonna see what happens. But I guess with that being said, brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We will be back on Tuesday. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.